So let's talk a little bit about setting up your categories in Canvas. So when we used to sync grades from PowerSchool to Canvas, it was you had basically very little options on how this would be set up. It had to match, your categories had to match exactly what was in PowerSchool and so on. But because we now no longer are syncing those grades on a daily basis, you have more flexibility. So if I go into a course and I go to assignments, your groups are these up here, and what it says your assignment categories essentially are. So I have an assignments group, a test group, and an imported assignments group. Now, by default, if you import an entire course and those assignments for that course already had groups in it, they would bring those groups over automatically. But you can either keep that or change those by simply clicking and dragging and moving these from one to the next. And then you can move these groups the same way by moving and rearranging these groups from top to bottom. If you wanted to make a new group, all I have to do is hit the plus group button, call this maybe homework, and hit save. And now I have a new group that has been created. So here it is, homework. Again, maybe I want that at the top, so I'm going to simply click and drag to move that to the top of my list, like so. And then any assignment that I want to be in that homework group, all I have to do is drag it up here, and I can adjust that. Now, if I wanted to adjust how my grades are calculated, I can click these three dots up here at the top, and I could do assignment group weights. Assignment group weights allow you to weight your assignment groups with different percentages. So by default, everything is weighted the same, no matter what category it's in. But if I wanted to, I could go ahead and give weights to those assignments. Up to you, whatever percentage you need, it just has to equal 100%. So you enter those scores, you hit save, and then you will have those assignment groups weighted as it calculates those grades. And when it comes to grading in Canvas, I have two options. I can either go to grades over here on the left. This will show me the column view of all of my assignments and all my students. And all I have to do is find that assignment and simply click and give them a score, just like that. Now, that works essentially the same way PowerSchool worked. But the biggest advantage to Canvas is that we get a lot more feedback options that we can give for students and parents. And so if I wanted that option, then what I can do is go back to my course, go back into my assignments, and when I open up an assignment, there's an option in the corner for what's called the speed grader. The speed grader is what allows me to give comments, enter comments directly in here, as well as attach files like maybe a rubric. I could record media or audio to be able to give video and audio feedback to my students. And then hit submit as well as their score, and then use the arrows to go from student to student. They're both going to show up at the same letter grade, but using the speed grader is going to give you a lot more feedback that, again, for the first time, we're going to really encourage that parents use this tool to view the feedback and not just a simple score, which is all they had before in PowerSchool.